Hi everyone, I'm Anne. I posted a picture of a turtle in the Addi machine room this morning, and a couple of people have asked me how I made it. Now I'm going to attempt to show you, but please bear with me. Please, no bad comments, because I have never made a video before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. Anyway, so this is our little turtle, and he's gorgeous and squishy, or she's gorgeous and squishy. And this is what I use. So any colour, any type of wool that goes on your Addi machine, or any colour you choose. I use double knits. You need a sewing needle and some stuffing. And then the body, 40 rows, head 20 rows, front fins 15, rear fins 10, tail 5, shell 25. Okay, so I started with the body, and this is the body, and I've pulled the one end tight. Okay, I've doubled it because I don't want the stuffing to show through. It actually comes out about that long. I'm sorry I haven't got a template to show you this, but you just push it through as if you're making a hat on a Addi machine, a double-sided hat, and secure the one end, and it'll leave you with this. I put the stuffing in, and then I just pick up the stitches going round the top. Don't overstuff this as well, because you need to be able to shape it. So I've been picking up the stitches going round, and it's I pick up 2, miss 2, pick up 2, miss 2, pick up 2 until you get all the way round, and then I just pull the both ends together and tie that off for the time being, nice and tight. Like that. You'll be coming back to that in a minute. Sort of do this and roll it a bit so you've got more of an oval shape rather than a round shape. Okay, so you set that one aside. Now you do exactly the same with the head. Alright, you pull one end, and then you can just push it through, or secure it first with a couple of stitches, push it through. Sorry, this is only a rough idea. I'm sure most of you are probably far more experienced than I am with making toys and things on the Addi machine, but this I just literally threw together the other night, and it just turned out one of those successful things. It turned out perfect first time. So just pull them together like you would, so it's like a double-sided hat again. Tie it off, stitch it, and do the same thing as you do with the body. Stuff it, don't overstuff it, and pick up every other 2 stitches around and pull, and you end up with this. So we've got the body, and we've got the head, and that goes like, stitch that together like that. Okay. Now, if you're going to use safety eyes, I suggest, obviously, you put the eyes in before you stuff the head, all right? I've used safety eyes, but if you don't want to use safety eyes, you can just sew your eyes on later on with the thread of your choice, obviously, the yarn of your choice. And you can stitch a little mouth across there, which like I've done here, you see? Give him a little bit of a smile. So that's the body and the head. Now with the fins, they're slightly more complicated, but nothing to it again really. All I did was 15 rows. I did 2 of these. You pull one end together and take your needle. Just put a little stitch in there, okay? Pull the other end like this, watch it doesn't rucker, make sure it's nice and okay, and put a little stitch in there. And then what I do then, I put it like this so that you've got the middle and the middle together, right? So I put my needle through there and I come out the middle of the other side. Just pull that tight and I'll tie that off so it's nice and secure. And obviously you'd put stitches in it as well to secure it. So it looks like this, okay? And then all I do then is I cut these, after I've stitched it, cut these bits of yarn. There's so much yarn here. And then I just tuck those in and fold it like this. Alright, and there's your first fin. Okay, and to secure that, I put stitches in here like this. Leave one end out a bit. And sew that in whichever way you want to sew. I'm just doing this roughly, so please don't criticise me. I'm just doing it very quick for the purpose of the video. I would normally do tighter stitches than this, obviously, together. Okay, I'm just showing you for the purpose of the video. And then leave a long yarn for sewing. With this end, I just put a couple of stitches in there to secure that and hide your yarn inside. Snip that off, give it a little stretch and a shape, okay, and that is your first fin. And if you look at the turtle, you can see the shape, yeah, okay, and that will get sewn onto the side of the body there. Obviously you need two of these and they both get sewn on, so that's brilliant. Exactly the same thing with the legs, no different. Exactly the same way as the fins. They're slightly smaller and you just sew them this way, okay. The little tail, as you can see, that was just 5 rows and I just gathered it all up, whichever way you want to do it, and just sew that into there, make it a little bit smaller if you like. And then you'd have the basic body, right? You'd have the head and the body, the 2 fins, the 2 back fins and the tail, and that just leaves to decide about your shell. Now with the shell, you can choose any colour you like with the shell, okay. For the purpose of this video, I've used this wool, which is absolutely beautiful. It's like a rainbow wool, and I do the same thing as I did with the fins, in as much as I pull them together. This is fairly simple, okay. Give them a couple of stitches in there, right. I don't go too mad, there's no need, okay. Just pick up a couple of stitches there and tie it off. And then the same, this end, oops, I don't know what I've done there, just pull that together so it goes like this, and tie off a couple of stitches there. This beautiful wool, but it tends to cling. It's a very clingy wool. This was 25 rows on the Addi machine. I'm just going to put a couple of just a stitch in there, right? Then you do the same as you do with the fins. Pull it open like this. Turn it like that. Let me thread the needle back on there again. Pull it open, find your middle, and find your middle over here, there, put it through, and I tie that off, like this. cut some of the yarn off. Give it a few stitches. Sorry, it's quite tough to get through this one. I don't know why, but there you are. Right, anyway. Thread your yarn, you know, hide your yarn in there, okay? And there's your shell. Now, so we take the body, which will be already attached to everything, okay? And basically what you're doing, you're just putting the shell on like that, right? And then what I do, I stitch around. Stitch it round, pick up your stitches, stitch it round to there, leave a little hole, okay, and put a little bit of stuffing inside. Don't overstuff it. In fact, I actually think I've overstuffed this one because I would have preferred the shell to be a bit lower down. So the more stuffing you put in, the less likely your shell is going to stand up rather than lay flat. So this is not perfect by any means, but the less stuffing, you need a little bit in, but the less stuffing you put in, the flatter that will lie, as you can see, right? It'll be more like that. And that, folks, is, you know, you can give him a smile, and you can use any colour yarn that you want, really. Okay, and that's it, basically. You know, any questions, you know, please message me. As I say, I'm not an expert at making videos. It's my first attempt, and I really hope you enjoy making it. Thank you.